And who's gonna be riding in those military jets? Edomites, man, heathens.
And it's just too bad for you simple, stupid ass niggas. Cause it said it will come down upon Idumea. But you niggas are joined to Idumea, so that shit gonna fall down upon your head too.
Right. All they that are joined unto them shall be thrust by the sword.
Right. Okay, verse 19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Verse 20, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Verse 21, neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
So even when the nuclear destruction comes, man, you're gonna still have people not repenting and not acknowledging their sin before the Most High, man. And that's talking about you proud ass heathens, man.
Mainly you fucking Edomites.
Exactly, man, because y'all the ones who worship devils, man. Y'all the chief sorcerers and witches upon the earth.
That's right.
And that's why they're going into slavery, man. Because even after the Most High do his wonders, man, bring them nuclear missiles, have your fighter jets trying to fight against them and get sorely confounded, you motherfuckers still not going to repent. You're going to be hard-headed. That's why the Most High said we're going to rule with that rod of iron. To bust your fucking head open, man. Because you're still not going to get it. You're not going to get it even till the day we throw you motherfuckers in that fire, man. You still ain't going to get it. And that's why the Most High got that destruction for you, set ahead for you to be thrown in fire and burned up, because you're never going to change.
It's Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, man. That's talking about the thermonuclear war, man. The war to end all wars, man.
Right.
All the wars of the past, they were fought with confused noise, bullets, guns, knives, swords. You know, the elephants, blood,
bloody garments.
Yeah, bloody garments and all kinds of weaponry, man. But this shall be with flames and fuel of fire, man. That's talking about the thermonuclear war that's coming upon the whole world, man. Because the Lord said that He's going to bring a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, man. And that sword is the same sword that's coming down upon Idumea, man. The Lord's sword that shall be bathed in heaven, man.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto you, Babylon in Asia.
Right, woe unto Babylon, man. We just went into what that woe was, man. That woe is World War III, man. Woe unto Babylon. World War III is coming to Babylon, America, man. Go ahead.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, man. So those people in the Middle East and all that turmoil that's going on in Egypt and in Syria, that is to bring World War III. Go ahead.
Gird up yourselves with clothes of satin and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, man. The children of Babylon, Syria, and Egypt, which basically is the inhabitants of those lands, are going to die, man. That's why the Lord said, bewail your children, man. Go ahead.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah, the Lord said that a sword is sent upon you, and who shall turn it back, man? Who's going to be able to turn the nuclear missiles that come upon America, man, and upon Syria, and upon all these different nations, man? Nobody, man, because this is the unction of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. He's the one who's doing it, man. Go ahead.
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Yeah, fire is sent among you, and who may quench it, man? That's talking about that nuclear fire that we just went into in Isaiah. Go ahead.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Yeah, man, there will be no balm and no remedy for the destruction that's coming upon you nations, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, when these pestilence start breaking out, ain't gonna be no cure.
Ain't no outbreak, bitch.
Yeah,
Ain't no movie outbreak or none of that shit.
Yeah.
Contagion and none of ain't gonna be no good ending.
All bad. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood?
Right, man. And who is that hungry lion? That hungry lion is the Lord, man. He's the one who's likened to a hungry lion, man. The lion of the tribe of Judah, man. And he hungry, man. He's hungry. So will you guys be able to drive the Lord? Will you be able to stop him from the judgment, from the destruction, and from the wrath he's bringing? Go ahead.
Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it has begun to burn?
Go ahead.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer?
Right, man. Can anybody turn back the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? Those arrows are the nuclear missiles, man. Can you turn those back? Can you put up a defense against those missiles? No, man, because the Lord is the one who's going to send these missiles to America, man, and to all you other nations. The Lord's the one who's bringing that. Go ahead.
The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Right.
A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
Right, man. Who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, man? How's the Lord going to do that? By the fire, man. By the nuclear blast. When the Lord comes back, only he's going to be the only one that's going to be exalted in that day, man. All the mighty men of the earth shall be bowed down and humbled, man.
And that's the most high rhetoric, because right now people walking by, they're not afraid. But when all that pestilence and all these famine and disaster and destruction come, motherfuckers gonna be afraid, man. But it's gonna be too late. Why? Because he sent his prophets out to tell you people, get yourself right. But you didn't listen. So he say, who shall be afraid? Everybody that's not part of the elect, man.
I got something, You got something?
It's Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, man. The Lord's coming back in his power and in his authority, man. That's what the Lord's coming back. That's how the Lord's coming back, man. He's coming back with those chariots. He's coming back with his angels, with his armies, man. He's not going to meet you Edomites as a man anymore. You know? You got something?
All right, this is Joel. Start at the top. This is Joel 3:11. Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathens be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about.
Right, man. That's why you see all that turmoil stirring up in the Middle East, man. Because the Lord already prophesied it, man. The Lord been let you know the end from the beginning, man. And you people are still stupid with your head stuck in the clouds. Don't know what's going on. Have no knowledge of the times at all, man. And then in the same breath, listen to people who scoff against the Bible, man. The Lord predicted World War III, man. The Lord sanctioned that. The Lord's the one who's orchestrating and organizing that, man. That's the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Right, man. Put ye in the sickle, and because the harvest is ripe, man. The Lord's gonna harvest some souls, man, in these last days.
That's right.
And like we were saying before, that's why you heathens are being gathered into the Middle East and being drawn into war. Even you heathen nations that don't want to get involved in the war, somehow, some way, the Lord got it that y'all get dragged into it. Why is that, man? Because the Lord's coming back to judge all you fucking nations, man. Every last one of you.
That's right.
None of you will escape the Lord's judgment, man. The same judgment that came upon Jerusalem when Jerusalem was destroyed of armies, man, and was destroyed in war and in famine and pestilence. That's the same thing that's coming upon you nations, man. Because the Lord punished the city that was called by his name, and he's going to also punish you too. Go ahead.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full.
And what's the press? That press is the wine press, man. And who are the grapes? The grapes are you Edomites and the rest of you heathens, man. The Lord's gonna come. The Lord's gonna meet you in the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's gonna stomp all you fucking heathens out, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision.
Right, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of the decision, man. That goes into Revelations, where the Lord said that He was going to gather all nations to Armageddon, to the battle of Armageddon. And what does the word Armageddon mean? It means mountain of troops, man, or mountain of multitudes, if you will. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
God, the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, man. So the scriptures already prophesied all these things are going to happen, man. It's just you dumbass people that just can't get it, man. Because the Lord done blinded you.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it.
Yeah, man. The Lord said, come near ye nations and hear, man. So we're not only out here to let Israel know what's coming to them, whether they hear or forbear, but we letting you other heathens know what's coming to y'all, man. We prophesying to you. Go ahead.
Verse 2. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations.
The indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, man. So all you heathens that believe that the Lord is on your side and that God is for you and everything like that, that's a lie, man. That's a strong delusion. The Lord said that He is indignant or angry, extremely angry with all the other nations, man. Go ahead.
And His fury upon all their armies.
And His fury upon all their armies, man. Upon all their armies. So, you know, that's interesting, man, because those military mighty men that are in these nations' militaries now are probably the same spirits coming back from the ancient world that sieged and sacked Jerusalem, man.
Right.
And that trodden down and oppressed Israel. Go ahead.
And what the scriptures always say, the Lord of hosts.
The Lord
so
of
that
hosts.
ain't far-fetched.
Right, exactly, man. So that's crazy, man. So the Lord's not only the Lord of hosts of the angels in heaven, of the armies of heaven, but He's the Lord of hosts of the armies upon the earth, man.
Lord.
Y'all belong to the Lord. Go ahead.
He have utterly destroyed them.
Right, He hath utterly destroyed them, man. So y'all think y'all in y'all power seat and y'all have some type of might and some type of power and strength, man. The Lord said, no, He's going to utterly destroy you, man. You nations are weak. You nations are grasshoppers in the sight of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man.
He have delivered them to the slaughter.
He had delivered them to the slaughter, man. To the slaughter, man. The Lord, the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Middle East is going to be a fucking graveyard, man. It's going to be a site of mass death. Worse than it is now, man. Worse than it is now, right now, man. You could go to the Middle East and you could go to certain battlefields and you could find dead bodies lying around, vultures and all kinds of animals slithering and eating it right now, man. But the Lord said that He's gonna deliver them to the slaughter. So in the future tense, it's gonna get even worse, man. Especially considering how the Lord is coming back, especially considering that this is the war to end all wars, man. So not only is it gonna have you nations killing each other, man, that's already gonna bring mass death. Y'all like to use all kind of chemical weapons, biological weapons. That's some more death. Y'all like to use nuclear missiles. That's some more death. And the Lord's coming back with His chariots to bring some more death. The final beat down, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. The slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down.
Right, man. All their hosts shall fall down. That why is that, man? Because the Lord's about to bring a certain kind of weapon that's gonna knock all these fighter jets out the air, man. That's why it says all the hosts of heaven shall be shall be dissolved, man, by that thermonuclear blast, that mushroom cloud. Go ahead.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, man. And where does Edom dwell, man? Edom dwells here in America. They dwell in Canada. They dwell in Europe. They dwell in Russia, man. So that's already intercontinental ballistic missiles right there, man. If you have any common sense, go ahead.
Verse 6, sword of the Lord is filled with blood.
Right, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, man, because the Lord is going to do a lot of killing in these last days, man. Go ahead.
It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra.
Right, man. The Lord said that he got a sacrifice in Basra, man. So he's likening you Edomites to fucking animals that he's getting ready to kill, man. And when you look at it says the blood of rams and goats, correct?
Lambs and goats.
Yeah. Okay, lambs and goats, man. The Lord's basically comparing you to animals, man. And he's getting ready to kill.
Sacrifice. For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Right, man. The Lord said that he got a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, man. So there should be no question about what the Lord's coming back to bring upon the earth, man. There should be no question, man. You should already know what time we in, man.
Right.
That's it.
Joel chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. That northern army is America. It will drive him into a land barren and desolate. And that's talking about Saudi Arabia over there in the Middle East. Because it's barren over there. It's sand everywhere. It's a big old bunch of nothing. With his face toward the East Sea, Persian Gulf, and his hinder parts towards the utmost sea, which is the Red Sea, the sea opposite of the direction of the Persian Gulf. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he has done great things, because of all the great and horrible things that America has done, the wickedness, the great wickedness that America has done. He's going to make their stink go up. He's going to make them go down. He's going to send that whole army over there to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And it's going to culminate into the death of all the armies, mainly the American army. Fear not, verse 21, fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things. Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's going to do great things. He's starting to do them. He's going to take out whole armies, whole host. And it's going to be so much over that Ezekiel chapter 39 says that the men of the Lord, they're going to sever out men for continual employment. It's going to take 7 months to clean up all them dead bodies over there.
No pictures.
No pictures, you dumb white bitches, man.